Hey guys, these Customs and Games here. Today I'm going to be doing a showcase for the Phantom Thieves from Persona 5. And, not much to say, but, Joker came out in Smash Brothers recently. I already made a figure of him, but I basically completely redid that figure because I didn't like it. And, yeah, just decided to make the Phantom Thieves because I was watching playthrough Persona 5. Looks like a fantastic game. If it comes to Switch, I'm definitely getting it. But anyways, let's get started with the showcase with Joker. Alrighty, so for Joker here, I'm going to try to keep this mini section brief. Originally, he was just going to be a slight update of my original Joker, which is a new mask, but slowly he just became a whole new figure. And you'll find a link to the description of my original Joker / Morgana showcase for Smash Bros. But I never really liked that, but I accidentally never put in the actual showcase part of it on accident, because I didn't put in the file. But anyways, enough of that. This Joker is pretty much brand new, aside from the hair and the head, which is pretty scratched up, but I didn't really want to do much to change it, because I'm lazy. And like as you can see, and take it off, it's pretty messed up. But anyways, he has a dagger that I made, which is just a modified version of a Lego dagger sword thing, and a gun, which was made by a request or a suggestion to make the gun he has at the very end of the game to kill the final boss. And just got one of the regular Lego guns and then sawed off the muzzle piece and then painted it silver. And yeah. This is very simple, but it gets the job done. It's very reflective, apparently. So this is just the dagger that he has. It's very simple. And, yeah, not really much else to put there for it. And, the torso is fairly simple, but it's a lot cleaner than last time. I really like it. It's a lot better. The arms are okay. They're just a bit odd. Let me just wait for this to focus. I don't know, but the arms are they're just simple, but they're simple in the game as well. And the jacket doesn't have as much detail as my first one did. And that's because I didn't want to make it look messy or cluttered or screwed up, and that's really the reason why the not the mask, the legs are fairly simple and fat. But again, they get the job done. It looks pretty good. And yeah, hope you guys enjoyed Joker. He's probably the one I put the most effort into. And probably took me the longest, mainly because of his mask. But anyways, let's get started with Skull. Alrighty, for Skull here, he is pretty simple figure. There is a hair that is absolutely perfect for him, which is Hawkeye's hair right here, the sleepy hair. I could have used that, which would have been perfect, but the thing is, this is my last one of them. So I had to improvise, and I went ahead and got the Superman hairpiece, because I ordered like 6 of them recently, and I just sculpted it and kind of just went with it, and I think it turned out pretty well, in my opinion. The mask, is just Procreate, because it was very hard to make. Like, not really hard to sculpt per se, but to actually make it look decent and have the holes for the eyes. Not all the masks have that, sadly, it's just too hard. The head is the Mighty Micro's Starlight Head, and I think I did a really good job with it. The mouth was freaking perfect, and I didn't really want to paint one anyways, because I would have screwed it up, definitely. But I really like the way it turned out. The eyes could be better, but you can't really expect much from me during that. It's a bit messy right here, I will say that, but I think it's fine with the way it is. He has a little scarf right here, just a bunch of gunmetal details, and his little crowbar thing, which is just a regular Lego bar that I got, and I kind of crushed it to give it the rectangle looks, and yeah, he has yellow paint on it because his hands are yellow and some paint scratched off. So yeah, hope you guys enjoyed this figure as well. It's pretty simple, but I really like him. He's a fun boy. Next up, I guess we'll do Panther. Alrighty. For Panthers Mask, her mask was the first one that I had a sculpt like this. Oracle's mask was the first one that I sculpted, but that's a lot different, and you'll see why. But this is the first one I had where the eyes would be under, and I think it turned out fairly decent. This side, her other side could turn out a bit better. but it's fine overall. And some paint has gotten away. I'm gonna try to blow it out. There you go, a little pink paint. Anyways, she's very simple. She's gloss red with the Harley Quinn from the Lego Batman movie, her hair, which is perfect for the character, trust me. And her whip is from a regular Lego whip that I modified. That which is very bendy and very nice. And she had a tail, but it kind of broke off and it didn't look nice. So I just kept it off. And yeah, she's very simple. But she looks okay with the pink gloves and / gauntlets, and yeah, she's a decent figure. And let's get started with Morgana, actually, because I kind of forgot about him. Alrighty, for Morgana here, he's a very simple boy, but a fun boy. He's made out of the game pieces for the Lego board game sets that came out a few years ago, which I never got my hands on, but I was able to order like 20 of them. The back, this is probably going to be the only time I'm going to show it. He has a somewhat sculpted scarf right there, which is painted, and a nice little tail. It's pretty nice, pretty cute. And, yeah, Morgana's very simple. I really love his mouth compared to my first one, which, let me get right here. He's a bit smaller, mainly because the sculpts are a bit different. But I think I like the mold for this one better, but the paint job on this one better. And some people didn't like my new Morgana, which I can see why, but I really like him, and I'm not going to change him. And, yeah, this little guy, so we'll just toss him over here now. But anyways, this guy, he's a very nice boy, and, I did some minimal details that he has, and the mouth, I just really love the mouth. And, yeah, that's about it. Now let's get started with, I believe, Queen is the next character that I need to do. Or, no, not Queen, Yusuke. Alrighty. For Fox here, he is fairly simple. The mask is the most complex thing that I made for him, and the mask isn't that great in my opinion, but it was still a fun sculpt and fairly hard sculpt, but it looks alright. It is slightly inaccurate because the mouth is normally showing, but to be honest, I was just lazy and I didn't really want to paint a mouth. But he's very simple. He's got a nice little tail right there with some electrical tape detail, some gloss paint that he did, and the skin tone, which you can't even really see because of the lighting, which is kind of bad. There you go. You can see it a bit better now. And yeah. He's very simple, very, very simple with some gold dots, but I really like him. He's got a sword that he has, and as you can see, the paint is already scratching off, sadly. But that's just what happens with Lego hands on the painted surfaces like this. But, yeah, I like him. I like him a lot. And just one last turn around. And, yeah, not much else to say. The mask is alright. It's a bit crooked. I wasn't able to actually put it in the holes, but oh well. And let's get started with the next figure, which is Queen. Now, Queen here is definitely the worst figure of this showcase by a long shot. She's very simple. She's using the Luke Skywalker hair, because it's almost perfect to the hair she has in the game, especially since with the mask covering the other part, that's slightly inaccurate. The mask itself sucks, her entire head sucks, and that's really saddening, but I couldn't really do anything better in my opinion. And she has an electrical tape little sash scarf thing that she has in the game apparently, according to my reference. And I kind of lazy, just put blank arms on there with some silver highlights, since she has like a little net thing that didn't turn out well at all. And yeah, I really like her torso, which I've got to mention for all the other females. And yeah, she's a very simple figure, not a good one either. The mouth kind of sucks. There's really not a lot of good highlights for it. She's also one of the few characters I didn't make an accessory for, mainly because I didn't know what to give her. And I wanted to make the bike, but that would have taken me a century. Alright, next up, Noir. Alrighty, so for Noir here, she's one of my favorite figures, although she does have a lot of flaws still. I'm going to start off with her head, which This is the Aunt May head, just with all the wrinkles taken off, just because I thought the mouth was good for it. And the painted mask, she's the only one with a painted mask, I believe. All the others are sculpted in some way, shape, or form. And she's using the Black Widow hair and the Indiana Jones hat, which I sanded the crap out of, and sanded the crap out of the hair. And I think I made this really good looking hair hat combo. And you see, we got her feather here. It could be a lot cleaner, but I'm sorry, but this took me forever. And her area like her torso, the electrical tape strap. She's pretty simple. But I really like her. She's probably my second favorite, aside from Joker. And, that's really it. Let's get started with Futaba next, because I forgot about her, or Oracle, I guess is what she's called. But yeah, let's get started with her. Alrighty, so this figure is definitely the smallest one, as she is, I think, a middle schooler, or graduating middle school at the time the game takes place, when all the other characters are like 17. And she's a lot shorter than everyone else, so that's why she has the mid-legs, which thankfully I bought a few of recently. And she was actually the first figure I made for this showcase. And the reason why I said that she kind of has a mask is, one, in the game she doesn't even have masks. She has goggles, and I decided to have at least one of the characters with sculpted on goggles, or sculpted on masks, like where the mask is on their head and they're not actually wearing it. And I decided to have her be the one with it. And, just got this hippie hair, which was the best hair I could use as a base. And then just sculpted a bit on it to erase the band. And sculpted on the goggles and painted her face. The face went through a lot of transitions, and it wasn't really going very well. First, she had the glasses that she normally has on. But in her all-out attack image, which I will not provide right here because I'm lazy, but in her all-out attack image, she doesn't have her glasses on under the goggles, so I was like, okay, I just won't paint the glasses because less trouble. And aside from that, I'm going to take off her head, and so you guys can see the actual body, which is fairly simple, but I like it. It gets the job done. And get the hair back on, yeah. She comes with no accessories, because her accessories is a gigantic ball thing, but I wouldn't really be able to use that. So yeah, that's about it, and let's get started with the last figure of the showcase, which I don't know her name, mainly because I don't think it's been announced yet. Alrighty, now this figure is probably the fastest one to make, but she's still a pretty decent one in my opinion. A bit of a phoned-in figure, but I still really like her. First off, her jacket was made with my original Joker, just heavily modified, and it looks pretty nice. She has minimalist detail because the figure itself is very simple and doesn't really have any detail at all, and it's very it's very tight, so I didn't really need to add any wrinkles or anything. And looks alright. Her hair is the hair that I'm talking about. I heavily sanded it and sculpted on the little hair to make it look more accurate to her, sculpted on the mask, which doesn't look that great. And for her, I did what I did for Fox over here, which I couldn't really carve into the area with the eyes, so I just decided to go ahead and just indent the eyes in there and then paint the eyes, and it doesn't look good, but it still gets the job done. And the mouth is printed, and she has a little chain. And she also has this little dagger thing that I made, which is way smaller than I expected, but nothing is scale in Lego, so it doesn't really matter. I'm not even going to put it on her. But yeah, that's about it for the figure. You can see I messed up a bit. And the little jacket's nice, it's cute. And I stole these hands off of Lego Spider-Man, which I need to put them back on. But yeah, that's about it for the showcase, and let's wrap it up. Alrighty, thank you guys for watching this showcase. I hope you guys enjoyed the figures to some extent, and a like would be appreciated. Please make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell, or whatever. You can do whatever you want. I have a small announcement to make, which I am part of a new group channel featuring Just Nerd Productions, Seawalk Customs, Mr. Fussy Lego, and the Moose 276. We don't have everything set up, but I decided we might as well announce that right now. It will be a collaboration channel featuring mostly Nintendo customs and just random stuff. We don't really know what it's about so far. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed these figures and the showcase. I put a lot of effort into them, even though it doesn't really show, sadly. But one more showcase, and then hopefully by then my knockoff big figures will be in the mail by then, and then I'll be able to make the Iron Man 3 figures, and then go back to your regularly scheduled program. All right, goodbye.